All right, so today on my 72, what I'll be doing is replacing the inside door latch mechanism. It's all started with the passenger side door because I wanted to adjust the window when the bump stops, so it'll go all the way down. I will see just a little bit of window left. When I would let it all the way down, you will see it a little bit here. So I wanted to adjust that. So I got the lubricating everything after I finished that. I lubricated everything with white lithium grease in a can. And then I came to do this side, and in the process of doing it, I think the little spring on the door latch mechanism on the inside, it broke apart. So instead of trying to just replace the spring, I just went ahead and just ordered a whole new one. One last thing I want to add that I forgot to mention, this process will pretty much be the same with Chevelle's too. This is a 72 Monte Carlo. You'll get the same result, or it'll be the same process, I should say, with the 70 through 72 Chevelles. I would assume 68 and 69 too, but I know for sure 70 through 72, just like the 70 through 70 Monte Carlos. I don't see there being many variations between the two, but that's the gist of how you take the door panel apart. So starting on the inside, the way you get this door panel off, and let me sit in the car so I can just explain it. So what you want to do is, you want to take your lock knob off. That's one. The second thing you want to do, or any order you want to do it in really, you want to take these two caps off the door strap, and under these two straps is two screws, two Phillips head screws. The next thing you want to do is come in here, the armrest. There's three screws. There's one here. They're Phillips, by the way. The second one's down here, right here, and the third one's right here. So you got three there. That one's kind of in there at the rear angle, the upper right. And then the third and fourth thing you may want to do is get the special tool to get back in here to take the door handle off. And kind of the same thing with this. They have that same clip. And then after that, you want to take all 5 screws off along here. So it's 1, 2 in that area, 3, 4, wait. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5 along here. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, and 5. So after you get those 5 out, you get everything loose. The door panel, you just pull these tabs along here. It's about, I think, 3 or 4. It's about 3 along that edge. You pry away at it real soft. It doesn't even take a lot of force, and then the door panel will lift up from in here. You just lift it up and pull it out. Keep in mind that the remote mirror is attached here. If you want to remove the whole remote mirror, and my knob is broken, it's been broken for years, but it still works. So if I let it down or up, it's just that the little nipple part broke off. But there's a set screw here. You can undo that set screw, and this part on the inside will just slide out, and then the whole door panel is free. So what I'll be showing you next after I get the door panel off is the inside mechanism and how to replace that part and how I went about doing that. Okay, I've gotten to the point where I've taken out the interior door lock mechanism, well, door latch mechanism, I mean. So here's what I was encountering. Here's the old one, and here's the new one. So what was happening, what I noticed, it would open just fine, but you see how loose this is. The spring inside of it was just gone. It snapped. It's not supposed to sit like this, and I'll show you on a new one. And then part of the spring is supposed to come through this little hole right there. And you can see that this shaft anyway is kind of got some play in it. But this new one, you can see where the spring comes through here. It wraps around, and it kind of loops in there, hooks in right there. So I did see online where you can order additional springs and replace them, but looking at these, I'm glad I didn't do that, because how do you even open this up to get the spring in it? It's like it's pressed into place, so to speak. That almost looks like a rivet or of some sort. But yeah, I'm glad I went this route. But the door was just opening just fine. It was just fine, but my handle wouldn't return back to where it was automatically, and that's the part that was bugging me. And what started this all was that door over there All I wanted to do was get that window down there to come down and be flush, because usually when I would let it down, you will see the window at the top just a little bit. So I adjusted that bump stop and I lubricated everything on that door. The latches, everything on the door is lubricated. So it now opens a lot better when you pull that latch or pull that interior handle. It opens a lot better. You just have to kind of really tug at it. And when you press the button on the outside, so everything I lubricated over there was with some white lithium grease in a spray can. And after I did that side, and like I say, the window is what prompted all this. Me starting with wanting to adjust that window first, that had been bugging me for years. Then I came over here to lubricate everything. And then I noticed that when I pulled up on it a little bit, the spring snapped. And like I said, it was opening just fine, but I would like my handle, instead of me forcing it back, like pushing it back down a little bit, I wanted to return on its own. So I'm gonna get this new one back in and get everything back together. But yeah, this process is not hard at all. When it just unlooped from around this little hook. You probably can't see it because the sun's kind of bright, but it's a little hook in here that it loops onto. Yeah, I'm gonna get everything back together and be right back with you. Okay, now I got the new one in, and as you can see, when I open it, triggers it, everything goes this way. Can't see it because of the sun, but do that and it goes right back to where it was. When the old one was in there, because of the spring is broke, I can open it, but it'll just kind of rest back like in this section here, somewhere around there, and I would just come in and push it down. But it's working exactly like it's supposed to. I can get the door panel back on and get everything buttoned back up. The only thing that I feel like is a slightly different, take this off real quick. This shaft here is a little longer than this one. If I can try to put them side by side, yeah, it's a little longer, but I'm gonna get everything back together. I don't think that should make a difference. And this one doesn't have any play in it at all, and this one does. You can see the play that's in it. So you got to think that's 52 years old anyway, so maybe the spring was on its way out anyway. And then with that one, that has a little play too, but like I said, it opens way better. The spring is fine. I might just order another one just to have it on handy for the passenger side. But this is pretty easy to do. This is one of the easiest things I've done because the door panel is pretty easy to get off too. So let me get it buttoned back up and I'm gonna test everything out with it back together. All right, I got everything back together now. I'm about to open the door from the outside. This wasn't the issue, but open it. And you can see everything's back together. The whole door panel was together. Pull the latch. It returns back to where it's supposed to be. I don't have to get it back to where I want it. Close the door. And I'll just go in and pull the latch up. Opens just fine. So yeah, this is one of the simpler things I've done to the car. Like I say, it was fine before. It just wasn't returning, but I like everything to be exactly the way it's supposed to be. So just wanted to bring a short video to show how to go through that process. And it's all good now. I try to bring more videos of the MC. I haven't done much to it. I feel like I'm just in what I consider service mode. So if it needs something, I've been doing everything that needs to be done to it. But other than that, I haven't did any major upgrades recently. I took it on the power tour back in June. It did great. If you all want a little video of that, I can, go into more detail. Let me just show on the back. Yep, did the power tour, got my plaques and everything. And I'll probably just, pop a picture up real quick to show you all that. But yeah, I had a ball on that trip. And like I said, I'll probably do a separate video on just the power tour if anybody wants to see it. But that's pretty much how you replace that inside door latch mechanism. If it helped you out, just let me know. I did the video because I didn't see a lot of people or anyone at all have a video pertaining to that exact thing. So yeah, if it helped you out, just drop me a comment and let me know it helped. Even if it helps one person, that's cool with me. But yeah, if you like it, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.